Okay, I'm back. Gonna be shooting these out for the next while here. So we're on water, Pisces, spirituality. So what I did was unlocked. I'm gonna go each individual, so make 3 videos for each sign. Over the holidays, you can refer back to whichever one you're interested in finding out about, but they're a little bit shorter. But nonetheless, I wanted to also make people aware that over the holidays I will be out of the Infinity Room on Facebook, Infinity Readings and Reviews. I'll put the link below. If you want to join, feel free to join over the holidays, and I'll check in periodically because before spring, really, in the new year, I plan on doing healings, energy healings in there, and also live tarot reads. I'm going to filter that through. So anybody that you know that may be interested in that or can benefit from that, I may do. They're telling me maybe you should do a separate video explaining what it is that you do through your energy healing. So I'll do that and post that over the season, so you can have a look at that if you're interested. You can join in there. And again, don't be offended if I don't click it. Just it'll take me a while to get through to it, but I'll get in there. So these are the readings for the season. They should last you into the new year. And we are on spirituality and we are on Pisces. So we're going to start off here with the first card. Where's my rack? Okay. For Pisces, we have my Isis cards, which I find great and wonderful. And also have a planetary card at the end that we'll look into to see where things are going. So my Isis, I have one card here to shoot the energy off for you. Spirituality, Pisces, divine guardian, protection of the winged mother. So I'm going to read here and then see how, there we go. That's as good as it's going to get. Divine guardian. And see what we get here, and then I'll go intuitively after. This one, got my pink ones. Oh well. Okay. So again, this is for Pisces spirituality over the season. It says you're venturing through a time of significant spiritual growth and healing. There are many changes occurring internally, and they will be reflected in your external world soon also. You're protected during these times by the love and strength of the winged mother, and you can relax and allow your transformation to happen. Let the divine guardian protect you now as you learn to let go and trust in your unfoldment for the greatest good. Yeah. Big spiritual growth can bring difficult challenges. Through such challenges, an initiate can gain wisdom, power, awareness, and leave behind fears that once held them captive, free from past restrictions, free to live a life that is truly extraordinary and inspirational. Yet the challenges can feel deeply confronting, and the initiate may be tested to stay true to their own beliefs, even if their loved ones do not understand or support them. Or they may be required to let go of what they have known to embrace something completely unfamiliar, and this may be uncomfortable for them, and they may fear losing love, support, safety, or friendship as they venture into a new life. So, yeah, right? There's a lot of growth happening for the Pisces is really what they're getting down to here. And because of that, we may have to... I'm getting the word boundaries. There may be some boundaries that we need to set up and work with quite highly in a spiritual kind of way. And due to that, we may be having to ward off people that do not agree. This is what I'm getting. This is the challenge, right? Certain people don't agree with the spiritual processes that we are going through, or this is deep. It's not just, a matter of taste here. This is deeply intrinsic in the Pisces. They're wanting to truly come out and be who they are internally. And this may ruffle feathers on the outside. So that's really what I'm getting from here. And during this process, just be free to follow that spiritual path. You are protected from any negativity in this way, and you can also protect yourself just by being mindful, like going forward mindfully. But at the same time, there are things that we are going to be standing up for that maybe not conform to popular beliefs. So this is to be kept in mind, that we're safe through this as long as we're true to ourselves. This is really what I'm getting. Okay. So that's the overall energy. Universe wants to shout. So I do pyramid readings. So I'm starting with the head of the pyramid, and that's the most energy in the spiritual side that we're going to come across. And this is what is at the head of your pyramid here. 13, the Queen of Earth. Okay, I think I gotta go down here. There. Queen of Earth. Okay, something's wrong. Oh yeah, I got no coverage. Did that just shut off? Oh no, what the hell? Sorry, my monitor just shut off. Okay, 13, Queen of Earth. Okay, so she is grounded. She's abundant. She has a lot of she can have a lot of wealth to her, things to her, very abundant and secure. Give me a minute here. Yeah, and they're showing me, this bull here. Hey, the strength, the inner strength. This is what the Pisces, I feel, is really working on spiritually. They're trying to gain that inner strength. They've always had it inside, but they never go outward from it because they don't want to make waves. Well, we're going to have to make waves here because we've got to go forward. And this is really it's kind of like the spiritual, how do you say, choosing that spiritual path. We have to walk it. We can't just look at it and go, yeah, it's over there. We got to start walking down that path. And that means active participant in all of these things going around in our head. Yeah, I'm going to expand with the next card. From the above deck, we have the Earth. This is interesting because these are all Earth, right? And this is kind of makes me think of celestial Earth, like this is all that could be, right? And this here is all on the grounded Earth. And this card is about not moving and not doing anything, just watching. Now, give me a minute. Because the sense they're giving me is we need to start acting and moving and doing. And I feel like the resistance is to not do this. Why? Because we know that we're not like other people, and we don't know how we're going to be received, judgment, this kind of thing. There's a fear of going forward. 9 of Earth. Yeah, that is because these elves they're all saying to the cow, whoa, you can't go nowhere. You just hold up here. Just keep your eyes on the prize, So they're trying to make a point of saying, just give me a minute here because they're really contradicting. Is the energy I got here is to go outward with all that we know inside. And the thing here is to wait and watch. So I think that's overpowering. It's basically saying we will know when to act, but we have to watch and learn at this point, because it's almost like these elves are kind of like the spiritual guides going, okay, hold on here. Just wait. Just keep your eye on things and don't make a move. So let's go with that energy and see what the next clarification card is. Yeah, follow the moon, right? So that is all the instinct. Okay, this makes sense now, because this is talking about being abundant on the outside of us. The Queen of Earth is really abundant with all things. She's also grounded and solid, stable, calm, cool, collected. Like their emotional state is usually can handle a lot of things. What I'm getting here is not true to the Pisces, right? Pisces, that's out of the element, being calm and cool, because Pisces are very emotional. So they may have on the spiritual side dealt with some of their emotions in a way that has calmed the flow of water. It's not a tsunami coming out, it's just these little waves, and now they can deal with that emotional center. So there's something here coming at them, right? This could be from big to small, that they're just needing to take a little bit of time to watch and wait and watch. Because I think really what they're trying to say here is just not to make any harsh judgments too quickly without getting all the facts lined up. Follow the moon is really about your instinct and about the emotions as well. But again, keeping them at bay to a point where she can pull and push at them and it's not going to overpower her. So there's something here in our lives that we really just need to take a look at a little longer here, or a little more intently look for facts and figures a little more specifically. Again, our instinct is usually on key here. So we just need to keep that in mind. Okay, so that's the head of the pyramid, is really that energy of having our instinct intact, not make any harsh judgments at this time, or harsh actions, really, is what I get from here. Though we feel quite highly from the inside, internally, we feel quite secure where we need to go. The time for action, we just need to hold off, is the sense, because we need to watch. There's something here that needs to come in, very similar to the last reading, like there's information that needs to be, or something that we need to see here in order to make a more justified decision. I feel like our instinct is going in one way, but there's something here that's a bonus to that, okay? And we're going to see it with our eyes. So next level, okay. First card, body, mind, okay. So again, the body and the mind, right? We've got a lot on our mind and in our soul that we feel we're very powerful in. Again, this instinct. I feel like we know in our heart what we want and where we want to go with things. It may not agree with our mind, is the sense, but we're trying to get a balance here somewhat. Now the next card to expand, we get the Ace of Fire. Yeah, and again, that's about action, body, mind, taking action in the body of what's going on in the mind. And I feel though there's a time here that we're going to need to scope things out visually. They're given, we need to see something here in order to make up our mind, or there's something that's going to kind of highlight or preempt us to get moving. But I think once that hits, I think we just need to go and move. Give me a minute here. Because that fire and all of those, they're showing me the lights around the initial spark and then the glow. It's like once we figure out that that's where we want to, we just start spurting out in that area. So the sense that they're giving me is, again, once we see outward what it is, we got, don't delay once you know. Because I think, man, this is tight. This energy is tight because all this energy here of instinct and whatnot, we've got a grounded sense of our emotional field, which we usually don't have a handle on, but we feel very grounded emotionally, like we can handle anything. And they're going with, don't jump too soon before we get our, signposts. Your instinct's on key. So just keep aware for the time to act. So I feel like that's what they're waiting to hold off this Pisces, because they're ready to act, but they don't want them to jump too soon and maybe in the wrong direction or something like this. But nonetheless, there's going to be a time to act, is what I feel. And then once we hit, we will know that, because we know that intrinsically, we know that we're just waiting for the button. Who's going to press the button? Where are we going? This kind of thing. So that's what they're doing. Again, next card is know your fears. So this may have something to do with our fear center. Just give me a minute. Again, the knowledge is in the mind. It's the body not wanting to take action on this. There's something here. We don't want to physically move in that direction. We don't want to do this. So they're going, if there's a fear here that's blocking that, we got to, take hold of that so that we know if that's what it is or whatnot. Because there's something here having to go in a certain direction. Pisces don't want to go. And it may be fear-based. And if it is, we have to get on top of that. Okay, next. Desire. Man. Okay, spirituality, desire. Yeah, there is something here we are looking for and striving to get forth in. They're showing me the ram's head is very wanting to move forward quite, what's the word? There's no word for that. Like how you butt your head and you just keep going. You just keep going until you get through. That kind of a thing. But again, I feel some kind of a pause here, meditation time. Like they're making me highly aware of that time. The man sitting there and looking, like we don't feel it's right. And the universe going, that's because it's not here yet. But when it is, we will know. Don't be fooled. We will know when. And we need to act. And we can't let fear hold us back at that time when we do feel it. Try not to let fear hold you back. It's really what I'm getting. Then we have the mother of water. Well, what do you know? She is about, that's the river of water coming at her. The emotions hitting her. Give me a minute. Yeah. Because we have a lot of instinct here. And usually this is, this woman is reaching for that rain. After a long drought, this rain is just downpouring like we need it so badly is really what I'm getting here. Mother of water. Water is about the emotional center. We need our emotions in order to make this decision to go in the way that we desire to go. Don't shut our emotions down. Absorb that and move forward. Expand one more. Seek your answers within. Yes. Feel some should be doing that, like are doing this. Some may be in denial or like blocking this out, not wanting to go in because they don't want to get an answer. The answer, they're not prepared for both sides here. There's something we desire in our life. Our emotions are starting to open up in a certain way. We're starting to get, wet with, our hairs. We can feel the emotions coming on us, right? And they're going, and this is our barometer as to what we want, how we feel emotionally about things. This is how we suss things out. We need to go in that direction, right? Because she's absorbing that in the direction of her desires. And to seek the answers from within is really just trusting the instinct that we have already and infusing our emotions into it and slowly going, where the river flows, right? Where both our desire and whatnot. And again, being ready to act once that point hits is really what I'm getting. It's just something here hinging. There's a hinge here, meaning the desire to act is hinging on something coming forth that has not come forth yet. Okay. So this is what I get. And again, we might have to go inside a little more aggressively, meaning we may have to really spend a lot of time, not necessarily thinking, but calming the mind. I feel we're quite centered. We just have to connect to a deeper level with the energies to let it inform us of more here. Maybe just scratching the surface. Okay. On the left side of the base, again, these are energies that can be swatted away quite easily. So we'll see what we get here. We have the emotions. Yes, when you know it. This is what some of the Pisces may be in fear of, right? Because there's a woman here saying, this is the truth. Are you going to face the truth? And one's going like, oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. Not today. And take a rain check. And they're going, no, we can't. We have to deal with this. So this may be creating havoc in our lives if we don't get to it. So to expand on that, we get the Eight of Earth. Yeah, and this is like up in the trees, up in the higher realms of looking down on things, higher perspective. There's also butterflies and cocoons in there. So there's change and stuff, and needing to back away from something in order to kind of maybe go back in a different mode. Give me a moment. Yeah, our heart, it's our body mind complex, but also our heart here. Really what I'm getting is a fear that we let our emotions take us away. And they're going, it just so happens that our emotions are pointed in the right way here. So it's okay to do that in this case. But there's a need to kind of back out of the situation and look from a higher vantage point. We're looking right into things where we're just yes or no. And it's not like that. It's more broad, the spectrum here. They're wanting you to make decisions from. So this is kind of that card to get you out of the trees there, right? To see the forest for the trees. The next card, stay strong. Yeah, there may be some emotional stuff here coming. And no matter what, we just stay strong, work with it, deal with our emotions that we have, that we gain throughout it, and keep going forward. Um, yeah, there may be some fear-based stuff coming, but if we face it head on, then we face it, then we deal with it, this kind of thing, and just stay strong through that. So again, these are energies that can be batted away quite easily. Now, responsibility is what they're telling me. It's our responsibility to take note of our emotions and feel them and use them as that compass to go forward. But there's a need to see things from a higher vantage point, and stay strong while you're doing it, and we just keep moving forward. Okay, so that's the left side. As we move into the center, this is solid energy. We have the child right away. This could be having to do with children, your children, something going on in that way. We may have to use our instinct with our children quite highly. And again, the answers may not just be black and white here. They may be in areas that are deeper than just surface, what we see on the surface. Child is also about innocence and naivety. They're going, are we being naive in our life in some way, shape, or form? And if so, we need to look at that. Next card we have is the Crone of Water. Again, all the water. We're in our element, aren't we? She don't look too happy. She's got a vase there, and I don't know, does it have water or doesn't it? I don't know. She looks like it's empty. She needs more. But anyway, the Crone of Water is really about that emotional center, right? And a lot of what they're saying here is that, we may be in our logic and need to be in our heart, especially when dealing with the child here. Yeah. Give me a minute. They keep saying the innocence of a child. We may not be giving this credit, right? We may be thinking of a child more advanced or more not in a simplistic form. Now, saying just on the surface, but dive deeper. As a parent, you dive deeper into what the needs of the child are. They may not be as simple. There's some kind of complex thing having to do with the child or children in the family. may have to do with how we deal with them on an emotional level, how they deal with us on an emotional level, and a feeling of needing more of this, needing more emotional input is what I'm getting. Okay, because this here, she's like, okay, yeah, I haven't got enough. I gotta go get some more. She's not happy. So the sense here I'm getting is we may have a child here in need of more compassion and heart from us, but we're not giving. And of course, if we're busy in our life, whatever, this kind of thing. So keep that in mind. Okay, next card. A new day dawns. Yeah. And the thing too, I'm getting highly child influence here. Um, we may have a new energy field coming in for the way that we deal with our child or children that is in our life right now. And part of that can be, it may be infused naturally, the child is bringing forth, or it may be that we have to infuse this more emotion to our child in order to gain back and forth this kind of thing. I'm getting that we may have had problematic situations with a child in the past, and things are starting to clear up, and it's making it easier to infuse. So we are prompted to do so, to insert more emotions towards that child in a way that we express to them how much they mean to us, this kind of thing. Maybe a lack, this child may have a lack of knowledge in this way. Again, we presume, well, you know, I love you, but if you don't say it, they don't know it. So that kind of thing is what I'm getting here. So this is right down the center of the spiritual reading. So having to do with family, right? So as we go to the right side, again, energy that can be batted off, we have the Six of Earth. And this is about feeling tied. This man, he's got a big thing on his shoulders, carrying all this weight, and there's harvest, you know, symbolizing that we are abundant. But there's something here that is tying us down and weighing us down quite heavily. Though we have the lock and key around our neck, we just have to get in there and unlock it, and away we go. We're free to release that burden that we have upon us. So there's some kind of situation like this that you may be feeling at this time. Next card is the Ace of Earth. A lot of earth in this stuff. The coin, right? The Ace of Coins. I have to look. They're telling me to look here. Hold on. Yeah, all the elements. Again, I'm getting a sense that we have all that we need here because we have all the elements, so everything is in place. We just have to utilize it properly. Again, mind, body, thoughts and actions, this kind of thing. I think what they're trying to say here is that the Pisces knows what they need to do. They're just really thinking it strongly, but they're not doing it. And they need to do it more than think about it. Maybe more important than we really think it is, especially with this child, I feel quite highly. Yeah. They're showing me the elf and the fox, right? That's the earth element. And the fox is kind of scared, like running. And then the elf is kind of like looking like, who are you? What are you doing here? That kind of thing. I'm going to show that. If you can see. Like he's scared, right? But the elf is all happy. But he doesn't know whether he can trust. Maybe a child is feeling this way. Like the parents all happy, but the child doesn't know whether to trust them, or vice versa, right? Again, and there's a phoenix rising here. Come on. There, the phoenix rising from the fire. There's a lot of energy that wants to renew here in the Pisces field, is what I'm getting. There's a certain way that we deal with things that is very burdening on us, and we can alleviate that. We can lift that. We need to be more proactive in that. That's something we may have to ask for guidance on. And of course, the air element, they have the butterfly there, which is that transformation into better energy. I feel like inadvertently the universe is going, you got to go with it. Otherwise, things are going to get tough. But again, we're used to the way things are, and it's going in a new direction. So to expand one further, what do you know, man? Like these are, see yourself in nature. These are almost exact replicas of that. Except this guy's free, so look at him go. He don't have that burden on him anymore. So somewhere we may have made a decision about our life or the way that we moved things or did things that actually unburdened. Yeah. Just give me a minute. Yep. Because look at his, he's happy, happier, more content, more relaxed, right? Because this guy's being kind of pushed around by others. But again, he's got the keys on him, but he doesn't realize. So maybe this is how we were. We didn't realize that we had, man, I feel like my voice is just, we didn't realize we had the keys to drive it home. And then, you know, what do you know? You get down, you jump up, and the keys jingling in your pocket. So that, oh, I do have the keys. So I'm going to unlock, take this burden off of me, and away I go. And again, we're abundant and we have everything that we need on top of all of this. See yourself in nature. And again, getting down to basics is really what I'm getting, but being more in touch with the with the grounded earth. I keep saying grounded, and it's just, I got to find another word. Like, we may not have been keyed in all areas, meaning in our life, in our work, in our home, we may not have been working on all cylinders, if you get my drive, meaning we're not tapping in, we're kind of out of things, you know. It may have been in our head a lot and not paying attention to nobody, not doing anything with anybody, that kind of thing. This may be, and now they're going, we can tap back in, you know, get back into real life and get grounded. And you know, the Ace of Pentacles is about new directions. There's a lot of new energy that wants to unfold here, and I feel like that's what's going to happen for the Pisces. Okay. So the planetary card to knock it all off. Eclipse in Cancer is about acceptance. 8 and 2 is 10, which is 1. An emotional phase or domestic development. So to me, they're highlighting that this is what they're working on. Emotional phase. Again, I was getting that with the child. There's a lot of emotions that want to come forward here. And again, I felt a grounded energy that we did feel somewhat in control of our emotions at this point. We may have to inspect that a little bit in order to get the right balance of mind, body, action in order to go forward, and also know what our fears are so we can tackle them. There's a desire here to move forward emotionally. I think that is being pumped by the universe. There's also a need for us to look at things not from a different perspective, but from remove ourselves a little bit from being so in things, especially on the emotional side. And then there's new energy that can come forth because of that. Now, there's something I read there. Yeah, domestic development. So we may have upheavals at home with the child, or I feel greatly here they're expressing through a child. Is a form of accepting some of this just for the way that it is, no matter, not trying to solve it, not trying to get rid of it. And again, eclipse energy is stop and start energy. So it may not go smooth, but it will go forward. And accepting that things have changed is one thing that you may need to absorb. And then if I go back to the divine guardian protection, again, these changes are happening and also will be protected during this time. So if we're feeling vulnerable, they're not feeling vulnerable. They're just feeling the weirdness of the change. And so it's like, you know, reinforce yourself being protected, because this energy is in flux. It's not going to feel good. Not that it feels bad, but it's not going to feel like the normal everyday. It is going to be different. It is going to be a change, but this is the change that we need to have, and this is the direction that we're going. It's all good. Why? Because in the end, our desires, this is where uh, going along these paths will help you gain your desires and your wishes in the future. Okay? Boom. There it is. So that's the Pisces spirituality reading for this season. Again, I'm going to be coming in and out here all evening trying to get these off because I have 3 readings for each sign, so it'll be intense. But nonetheless, if you are looking for energy healing or tarot readings into the new year, I will be taking a time off, but I will be in there after the new year in Infinity Readings and Reviews on Facebook. Join in over the season. I'll add you. And then when I come back in, I will be starting up those. So you can join in there, or if you know of anybody that needs healing in any kind of spiritual way or energetic or even physical way, I'm going to attempt to do that over the new year. So feel free to join in and be a part of that. Okay. So I'll be offering that in the new year. So take care, have fun, and be kind, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and safe holidays. Take care, be kind, and have fun.